folks, Orani here. Today I will be covering the Mageweave cloth farm, and for a change this time I've been running dungeons instead of open world, because the open world areas I could find and tested out was also crowded with people farming for the insane rep, which meant it was harder for me to actually gather up the mobs and the Mageweave cloth that I was hoping for. I tried to join one of the groups, but it was simply just too messy to spoil their farm for that specific rep, so therefore I changed the method and went into dungeons. But let's get to it and we'll gather the numbers at the end as usual. Okay, here we are in Tanaris, and the instance needed for this is of course Zul'Farak. I know this is a jewel for Mageweave cloth farming, and I knew that even before making this video. This has always been my go-to place for farming Mageweave. But doing the data collection for this video, I've found a little, or actually two things that I didn't know about. Thanks to WoW Profession for the one thing, and to my own curiosity for the other thing. For the first thing, before entering the instance, fly to the mid-temple here. Outside here you will see loads of mobs. And these are easily killed, and by the time you have done run inside Zul'Farak, you will actually be able to kill them again. For 1 hour I did this change with running Zul'Farak and running back here and kill these mobs, and the amount of Mageweave cloth I got from this was insane. I tried running without clearing this, and it actually kept me down 1 or 2 stacks. I know drops are different from time to time you do this, but about 2 stacks less Mageweave cloth from not killing these mobs. So I would totally recommend doing that while you do this farm. But for getting into Zul'Farak, let's show you. I will show you the other thing. Okay, here we're gonna need the summoned chauffeur, the one you get from the heirloom things. Why? Because if you run on a normal mount, you will get dismounted because of the void blast they do. But because of the chauffeur, you are now a passenger and can therefore not be dismounted. You simply just drive through the whole instance and pull everything. It is a little slower, but simply doable and actually quite effective. You are a bit faster than running, and therefore this is actually quite a thing. And also luxury for those who have the heirloom mount. You're doing this, it prevents a lot of stuff. But yeah, as you can see, gather all the mobs up and kill. I'll just kill them here, because I have something else to show you that is also important. Food issues, I love them. Excuse me. For showing you this, I will just use my normal mount. Ah, unlucky. I'm just running to the graves here inside Zul'Farak. I've noticed that people have a tendency to forget these graves, which is kind of dangerous. The reason why it's dangerous when you're farming is because when you click the graves, you loot cloth. Different kind of cloth, and grays and silver and everything, and that is counting in all the good ways, so to say. Gray counts in as vendor trash, and you know, it's simply just a good idea to remember these graves. And sometimes you have to click them doubled. Open the graves and kill the zombies, because they can as well drop Mageweave cloth. 117 just for this little run, and I haven't even cleared. But this is the first place, and let's get to the other one. I have 3 spaces to cover, so places to cover, so let's get to them and see you on the next place. And here we are in Stratholme, in Plaguelands. It's easy to get go. We are using the main gate for this farm, and simply just run through and kill, or gather up all the mobs and then kill them. So to say. The only mobs I don't kill is the spectral citizens. Reason because of that is that I cannot taunt them in some way, and therefore they will be hard to get with me unless I kill them, and that will mean I will be slowing down my farm process here. You simply just gather them all up, and when you get to the room before Balnazar, you kill them, all bosses included, except the Heartsinger Forester. I kill him normally on the way. Oh, Skull is here. Oh. I normally kill him on the way because he's, as the others, a yellow mob, but he also drops. He can't drop some Mageweave, but he's a boss, so he drops blue items that I can use for my vendor spec. But it's fairly simple and easy. Just run down and, you know, kill or gather up and kill. Remember to click the mailboxes, because they can actually, you know, spawn mobs as well, so you can get extra cloth. And you don't need to be fearful about having all these mobs resetting or something like that, because they follow you to the bitter end, which makes this instance quite cool. The difference between here and Zul'Farak is that you cannot use a mountain here, but that's a minor thing. But there's also an annoying part in this instance, and that is actually the so there. The veterans, I think it is, are pushing you around. Therefore, it can be very annoying all of a sudden to get pushed around. So if you don't like that, I would go with Zul'Farak. But other than that, Stratholme is a cool place to farm at, because of all the humanoids, humanoid. They will count in on the cloth scavenging thing you have for tailoring, if you have that one, and double up the amount you get, sorta. Here we have killed Balnazar. Apparently I got a new transmog. These mobs you kill on the way out are fighting the Argent Crusade guys. They have a tendency to drop Silk Cloth and Mageweave Cloth as well. And they will only be in this cathedral part. And therefore it's important that you remember to kill them and not just skip them. Both sides. Needed to loot twice here. And here we are. And that's Stratholme. Now all you have to do is just run out and reset and rinse repeat. Job's done. Easy and simple. See ya at the next place. And here we are at the third place in this video, so to say. We are at a known place from my Silkcloth video farm, Death Step in Plaguelands. As said in my Silkcloth farm, there always needs to be a certain amount of mobs here, and therefore you can increase the spawn rate by being fast killing them. and they have a tendency to drop both Silk Cloth and Mageweave Cloth, but for this guide mainly Mageweave Cloth, and that was also the result I have from the Silk Cloth video, that the Mageweave Cloth has a higher drop rate here. But from both Mageweave and Silk Cloth, this is an excellent farm space. But since this place has already been covered up, I will refer to my Silk Cloth video that explains how you do it and show how you do it. And let's get to the summary of this guide. And here we are at the summary. Let's get to it. We entered Zul'Farak, and inside and outside I spent 1 hour farming, and for that farming I gathered 1033 Mageweave Cloth and 63 Silk Cloth. I also looted 179 gold, 18 silver and 83 copper. The graves in Zul'Farak clearly has an impact here. And the second place was Stratholme. I spent 1 hour running in and out as well. And I got of Mageweave Cloth 975. And for Silk Cloth I got 169. And then I got 7 rune cloth from this farm. And the gold amount I looted in there was 225 gold and 26 silver and 34 copper. For the Plaguelands farm, I know I wrapped them up in another video, but let's repeat them. Plaguelands at Death Step, I used 1 hour farming and I got 298 Mageweave Cloth and 183 Silk Cloth. And amount of gold looted was 58 gold, 82 silver and 51 copper. So, for a top 3, I would recommend Zul'Farak as a first spot place, because of the amount of Mageweave Cloth you can get with the combined farm from inside and outside. So congratulations to Zul'Farak for being a jewel in the desert for Mageweave Cloth farming. And then we have on the second place Stratholme, with a little less amount of Mageweave Cloth than the Zul'Farak one. And also the farming method in there can be a little annoying unless you kill the mobs on the go, so to say. So you avoid getting pushed around like I did in the video. And for the first place we have Death Step in Eastern Plaguelands. As said in my Silk Cloth video, I'm pretty sure if you are 2 persons farming there, you can actually higher up the numbers by double. I'm pretty sure you can double the amount of numbers for 1 hour farm, and maybe triple even, as well as with the Silk Cloth. But it's up for you to figure out what place you want to go. Now I've given you my top 3 references, and I hope you could use some of the tips I gave you for this. And I hope I made you your farming easier. But other than that, if you like these videos and want to see more, make sure to hit that bell, and you will get a notification when a new video is up. And apart from that, I will see you next time.